Hi everyone, just welcome to a new video. This one is gonna be quick. So today we're gonna try to train GPT-2 using the repo from Andre Kaparthi, minGPT. Well, this is not minGPT itself. It's a bit somewhere. Let me just check. Like minGPT. All right, this one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna train a model, GPT-2 model, well, the same architecture that it has. We're gonna use this repo in here, and we're gonna try to train it using the data that you just saw before, which is basically a text file with Shakespeare content, like different books on plays from Shakespeare, and that's gonna make the LLM train and learn about how the structure goes, and whenever tasked or asked about a certain input, it's gonna try to generate more of this. So everything that the LLM is gonna try to generate is gonna look like a play from Shakespeare. In order to do so, we're gonna check how I've prepared this thing. Bad news if you're a community user, as I am, of Databricks, because you're gonna find the problem of that at some point whenever you're trying to train the model, the notebook is gonna be detached from the cluster. I mean, the cluster is shut down because you only get 2 CPUs and 15 gigabytes of RAM. So those 2 CPUs are not enough, as far as I can tell. Possibly not even the RAM that you get. I don't think it's that much that you need for this. I think everything is being killed by management service on Databricks whenever you go beyond the usage on the CPU. So if we come on repos, I'm just gonna explain you guys how I've done it. I've created this notebook. You can call it whatever you want, and I've run a shell command to clone this repo. This is gonna be cloned. You get this output in here, and then you can just inspect what's on your cluster, and then you just go cd minGPT pip install minus e dot. That's basically the steps that you need to follow if you want to install the environment. You can also find them on the Kaparthi repo, which basically is this thing in here. So you repeat those steps. We have just done them. As you can see, you're gonna download PyTorch, and PyTorch is gonna be downloaded to use CUDA, even though we don't have NVIDIA GPUs in here at the moment. That's basically what's gonna happen. Whenever that happens, you're ready to go. You just can run the different commands that you have. So what you're gonna do is we're gonna download this data. You're gonna see the output to see that it has downloaded, and then we're gonna move it to this part, this project ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is this thing here, and this is the most basic thing that you can do. Instead of using a VPE, you just basically try to learn the character distribution that appears on the Shakespeare data that you provide. This is not how LLMs nowadays work. They work on VP encoders, byte per encoding. But this is something that you can do, and it's gonna work. It's gonna work fine because the data set is quite small. It doesn't have a lot of variety. It's pretty simple. So this works as a good example on how you can use these things. We can ls just to make sure that we have the data in there, and then we can just run it. As you can see, it went through internal error. I don't know when it failed. I just left it, just came back, just found it, and said okay. Possibly it has to do with the amount of CPUs that you get with this community version, which is basically we can check it here. This is a different cluster from the last day. This is 2 cores, 15 gigabytes, so that's gonna be something that you make sure you have more of that. Possibly you can have GPUs if you pay for it. That's gonna be better. but this is pretty much everything. This is so simple. Just basically clone, pip install, just provide anything, any comments that you need on the install process, and then you just basically train. You have the model trained. You could save it, and if you want to see the code, as you can see, we don't have any code on the notebook. It's just basically some steps that we follow, making everything even simpler. But if you want to check the code, this is the code. We could have it on different cells on the notebook. But hey, model train, we trained this thing. I don't think they saved the model. We could use MLflow on top of that, as we have done on previous videos. But I just wanted to show you guys how you can do it and how it's so simple to use the Databricks platform, how it's so desirable in many occasions to have notebooks. It's not something bad. You just need to know how to use it. So I hope you like, subscribe, click on the bell button. See you in the next one. Bye bye.